My 35F husband, 37M, scared me. I met my husband 12 years ago and have been married for 8 years. We have an 8-year-old daughter and a 6-year-old son. I got some flack from my parents for having 2 children instead of 1. They believe that mothers shouldn't be having sex at all. But my friendships and my relationship with the rest of my family remains good. Over the past year, my husband and I started to argue more. He would keep saying that I should quit my job as his income is enough, but I do a good job balancing my job and my duties as a mother. Yesterday though was when my husband scared me with an out-of-character action. He came home and demanded that I have sex with him as he was stressed. I was almost always happy to have sex, but his attitude turned me off. He proceeded to grab my breasts anyway and had sex with me. I was paralyzed the whole time. He hasn't spoken to me today and I'm wondering how do I make it clear to him that what he did wasn't okay? It's a great thing you didn't listen and quit your job. There's something wrong with this person. You don't want it to escalate. We are all telling you it's rape and you still aren't listening. It was rape, not an off-character moment. It was rape. Him wanting you to quit your job? It's all starting to look like the beginning of financial, emotional and physical abuse. Stop defending him and stand up for yourself. Do you want your daughter to think this is okay? Go to the police. He raped you. Get as far away as you can. I am sorry, this isn't acceptable for him. What he did is rape. Go to the police and get a lawyer and get ready for this legal fight. No one in a marriage has to have sex on command, man or woman. This is so sad and it hurts to read. Please start therapy as soon as you can and take those kids and run far away. That was sexual assault, also known as rape, non-consensual sex. You should make a police report. Also, take your kids and go somewhere you and they will be safe. A friend, or an extended family member where your husband won't be able to get to you. Honestly, if you need to make it clear that a sexual assault is not okay, you are already in a very bad situation. Because a normal, well-adjusted man would understand that. Emo, if you need to explain rape bad, then you are wasting your time explaining. It's like explaining murder bad to a murderer. It doesn't really work, you know? Because the fact he doesn't know this is an instant sign you are not safe with him. I'm so sorry. What happened was awful, and this must be very confusing for you. But the fact is, your husband used to be a safe person to be around for many years. But no longer is. You are not safe with him. And Emo, you should take the kids and leave the house as fast as safety permits. If that's not something you are willing to do, then couples therapy is a must, but he doesn't sound like someone who would agree to it, since it's obvious he wants you to submit to him. What he did is called rape. You're not safe. Get out of there. Your husband raped you. Tell him that rape is not acceptable. Or just leave him. Because he is a rapist. They believe that mothers shouldn't be having sex at all. Do they know how kids are made? I'm a guy. I'm married for a long time. That behavior is definitely not okay. Reporting him is your decision. I'd recommend it. However, I would also get some counseling. You need to keep your head straight so you can handle this right. So your parents are old-fashioned bigots and your husband raped you? Why are you on Reddit and not with your kids looking for a new life? You didn't fight back because you were afraid of what other violence he might commit. Leave ASAP. You don't want your kids thinking behavior like that is okay. Just imagine that the same happens to your daughter. If you're normally an enthusiastic partner in bed, and this time you were frozen the entire time, Don't you think a partner who loved and cared for you would notice that and ask if you're okay? I'm sure he did notice. But he didn't care. It wasn't about two people participating in an act together. It was one person forcing themselves on another person who was frozen in fear. I'm so sorry, Op. That is rape. And he will abuse you again if you stay. It's not a great relationship. He raped you and doesn't even care. You need counseling not only to communicate but for you to realize the things that are not okay in your relationship. If he don't work hard on himself, he will not stop act like that. You will not be able to save anything because it must come from him. Having a healthy and passionate sex life, it's possible, but he must learn to treat you better. And please don't give up your work. Financial independence is a must to never give up. I am a man and what he did was rape you and it's not okay. No matter how heated things get, there should be no doubt in consent, which means a total lack of respect. He didn't scare you. He raped you, which is a crime. He will not get better. You need to run. Been there. Don't be ashamed. People in this thread are getting way too aggressive with you because you're reluctant to accept this as a rape, or are showing hesitation to leave. It's gross. Yes, this man raped you, and yes, in all likelihood this will escalate and become a pattern. People are correct when they tell you this is not a safe situation and you need to leave for your own well-being and the well-being of your children. But I understand it's not that easy. You mention you have no family support. I also know that acknowledging this was assault is acknowledging everything that is familiar to you needs to change, and both of those things are really scary. I think talking to people who can offer you some advice and resources specific to this situation is your best next course of action. If you're in the US, there is a list of these resources on the profile of Ebby45. I used to volunteer for the crisis line at a sexual assault center. What he did is rape. 100%. You said no and he violated your boundary anyway. No always means no, and you don't have to fight back for it to be considered rape. Many women don't. By the way, I'm so sorry he's done this to you. I know you're just trying to come to terms right now with what happened. Take your time.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.